walk into this room at your own risk, because it leads to the future. Not a future that will be, but one that might be. This is not a new world. It is simply an extension of what began in the old one. It has patterned itself after every dictator who has ever planted the ripping imprint of a boot on the pages of history since the beginning of time. It has refinements, technological advances, and a more sophisticated approach to the destruction of human freedom. But like every one of the superstates that preceded it, it has one iron rule. Logic is an enemy and truth is a menace. The late Chancellor, was only partly correct. He was obsolete. But so is the state, the entity he worshipped. Any state, any entity, any ideology that fails to recognize the worth, the dignity, the rights of man, that state is obsolete. A case to be filed under M for mankind.
Feeling pretty secure now, are you, Paul?
You sound venereal, Harvey.
And I sound the way I feel. I'm helping you because you asked me to as a friend. I can give you efficiency and dedication, but enthusiasm I can't dredge up even to the minutest degree.
A sense of adventure? A wonder of the unknown?
Some wonder. Some inquisitiveness as to how a human being can place himself in such jeopardy. Not only with willingness, but with anticipation.
Jeopardy? Harvey, old friend. The jeopardy I face comes from shadow. Yours happens to be much more real. And of the two, there isn't much choice. Did you happen to drink milk this morning, Harvey? What was the strawberry content of the glass? And has it occurred to you that the things you've been eating over the last couple of years might be turning your bones into sawdust? Oh, Harvey, speak to me of jeopardy if you will, but don't make it sound as if I have an exclusive franchise on a calculated risk. You and I both share this dubious distinction with several million of our peers who inhabit the 20th century.
And you don't care for the 20th century.
I do not. I will now tell you as succinctly as possible how I classify the times. We live in a cesspool, a septic tank, a gigantic sewage complex in which runs the dregs, the filth, the misery-laden slop of the race of man, his hatreds, his prejudices, his passions, and his violence. And the keeper of the sewer? Man. He is a scientifically advanced monkey who walks upright and with eyes wide open into an abyss of his own making. His bombs, his fallout, his poisons, his radioactivity, everything he designs as an art for dying is his excuse for living. No, Harvey, we live in an exquisite bedlam, an insanity. Maybe all the more grotesque by the fact that we don't recognize it as insanity.
地震です。地震です。地震です。
He knew the world would not be the same. Few people laughed. Few people cried. Most people were silent. He knew the world would not be the same. I remembered the line from the Hindu scripture of Bhagavad Gita. Laughed. He knew the world would not be the same. Vishnu's people were silent. Was trying to persuade the prince, but I remembered the Hindu scripture to impress him. Takes on his multi-armed form. I remembered the says, now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds. Vishnu, I suppose we all thought that. I was trying to persuade.
A short time ago, an American airplane dropped one bomb on Hiroshima and destroyed its usefulness to the enemy. That bomb has more power than 20,000 tons of TNT. The Japanese began the war from the air at Pearl Harbor. They have been repaid many-fold, and the end is not yet. With this bomb, we have now added a new and revolutionary increase in destruction to supplement the growing power of our armed forces. In their present form, these bombs are now in production, and even more powerful forms are in development. It is an atomic bomb. It is a harnessing of the basic power of the universe. The force from which the sun draws its power has been loosed against those who brought war to the Far East. We are now prepared to destroy, more rapidly and completely, every productive enterprise the Japanese have in any city. We shall destroy their docks, their factories, and their communication. Let there be no mistake. We shall completely destroy Japan's power to make war. 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 Destroy Japan's power to make war.